So today's video is not something that I usually do unless an event has happened within the last time that I uploaded a video, which it's been a month since I've uploaded. Hello everybody. No worries, I'm fine. I know the title of the video may be a little bit concerning with the fact that I have been... Okay, when I say concerning, I mean, this video is on the topic of suicide, which, by the way, if you get triggered by talks of suicide, please feel free to click off of the video. I completely understand suicide is a very common trigger for some people. But, moving on to the purpose of this video. September, if I'm correct, is known as Suicide Prevention Month. And because I know lots of people who are suicidal, or in one case, I do know someone who did unfortunately die of suicide. I wanted to make this video in order to shed light on the month because a lot of people nowadays sadly don't care too much about mental health. It's more society in general doesn't really look upon mental health too much anymore, sadly. They just kind of see it as like a fake thing. It's really not. Mental health is a big thing to be concerned about and to talk about, especially suicide, which is the title of today's video. Here are 6 signs that someone could possibly be thinking about committing suicide. We will start with some facts first. Also, if I sound like I'm stuttering or pausing or being hesitant, I'm trying my best to try to keep my videos shorter and try to talk more on topic instead of going off topic, if that makes sense. Y'all have seen me talk before in my videos and I go off topic pretty quickly. So I just want to let y'all know that I'm not that uncomfortable with this video, and I still wanted to, like I said, shed light on suicide and how big of a deal it is. So, let's get started with the facts first. So the first fact, I have as a document on my phone. So, the first fact, in 2017, 47,173 people died from suicide, making it the 10th leading cause of death. And this is even worse, but because of that many suicide cases, that's twice as more than homicide cases in 2017 as well, which is not good at all. Hold on, it's like getting dark in here. Let me turn on my light. Hold on. There we go. That's much better. Yay. Okay, continuing on. With it being the 10th leading cause of death in general, though, it's the second leading cause of death for young people, such as 10 years old to 34 years old. It is really sad that it's the second leading cause of death for even minors at such a young age, too. Like, I heard this one story of this one kid who, I just know that he was in elementary, but he was getting bullied so badly he came home and was saying how badly he just wanted to kill himself. It's a heartbreaking video, and I really do not like watching it because it hurts my heart way too much to see the poor kid. I think he's okay. He hasn't done anything to himself, but it's really sad and shows how badly suicide can, affect someone's mental health and their thoughts. And another fact is that one person dies of suicide every 11 minutes. So, for my time frame, it's 5:32 right now. So, 11 minutes. Someone would kill themselves at around 5:43, I think. Which is really sad because, suicide every 11 minutes. And the total in 2017 being 47,000, that's really sad. But the good part is that it has been decreasing within the years, but that could skyrocket any time. I haven't really looked at how the total of people who have killed themselves this year, which I really hope it's not that much. But continuing on though, on the topic of, what was I going to say on the topic of? I got some peach tea today. It's Pride. And, speaking of that, though, I don't know why I need to show y'all that, but LGBTQ and POC are more likely to commit suicide than those who are straight or white. Which is really sad because, if you guys have heard about the news, lots of people like to bully and, kill others too just for their sexuality or color. Which pisses me off a whole bunch. And also, the fact that they will kill themselves because of their sexuality and color, like gay, lesbian, a lot of other stuff. It's really unfortunate, and it really hurts my heart that a lot of people in that kind of group kill themselves over their sexuality and race because of how people have treated them. Remember, guys, be a kind person and do not judge others before how they look, because you have no idea what could be going on inside. Instead, you could always give a helping hand out to them, and heck, you could even just ask a random stranger how they're doing. Let them know that, everything's going to be alright and that they're doing great in life. I actually want to do that sometime. I actually wouldn't mind telling a stranger that. That's actually, it'd be random, but hey, act of kindness. 10.5% of adults considered suicide in 2017 as well. And the facts that I just gave, by the way, I want to give credit to DoSomething.org. That's where I got the information from. And causes of suicide, as you may guess, is mental health illnesses or disorders such as depression, anxiety, schizophrenia, bipolar, things like that, and eating disorders like anorexia and bulimia. And sometimes also big events that happen as well, such as the death of a loved one or a pet, ending a relationship. It can be platonic or romantic. My window is open, there's so many cars coming by. But yeah, lots of events like that, or being diagnosed with a severe illness. It can be really anything, just about anything. If you think about it hard enough, it can make you, increase the urge to kill yourself about something. Which, please, none of you who are watching, just know that your life is worth it and that suicide is not worth it, though. Your life is worth it, suicide is not. As my mama likes to say, she says that choosing suicide is a permanent solution to a temporary problem. So whatever could be going on, it's only temporary, or whatever feelings you're going through, it's only temporary, and killing yourself is a permanent solution, because while it may possibly help you feel better, you end your life, but you know how many opportunities you could be missing later on in life. You could make new friends, you could enter a new relationship with someone, you could discover new places, discover new hobbies. There's so many positive things in life to look after or look forward to, even if life is not the greatest. And even people, choosing suicide it's really painful for those who care for that person as well. Like my friend, I've talked about him before, I'm pretty sure his name is Liam. I've mentioned him before, not my biological brother, but my support family brother. I still to this day really miss him a whole bunch, and that's why I wanted to also honor him for being in my life as well. So yeah, I'll probably also try to make a video for him next week on his birthday. So yeah, there's that. But with those facts, let's move on to signs that I don't know why I'm doing thumbs up. Signs that someone is possibly going to commit suicide. Number 1, severe sadness or moodiness. The suicidal person could be depressed for a while or seem snappier than usual. They could be paranoid or anxious or just any bad mood often, and if that's the case, something might have happened to them, or they're just dealing with their own struggles. Even their own thoughts can cause their mood to switch and make them consider suicide, as well as imaginary scenarios. It can put them down by a whole bunch and make them feel like a worthless person. And yeah, it's really not worth it trying to look to those scenarios. Thoughts such as Thoughts such as feeling hopeless about the future or anything good or successful can happen as well with that. Number 2, sleep problems. Those who are suicidal can tend to, stay up at night and think about their decisions, think about if they want to die or not, think of negative, horrible thoughts, and, repeat to themselves how bad of a person they are, or how worthless or selfish, or, I don't know, anything like that, anything negative. They can stay up thinking about that, and it can really deteriorate their physical and especially mental health. And they could also be thinking back to a situation or an emotional scenario, as I've also mentioned before. Any of those can make someone consider suicide. A scenario can go a long way. Trust me. I think about scenarios a lot too, and they do not make me feel great sometimes. So, number 3, sudden calmness. What I mean by that is when something traumatic or big or saddening or paranoid, that's not even a word, something that makes you feel really paranoid. If someone goes through something like that and they're suddenly just calm about everything and not really, expressing emotion, just feeling calm about it, that could be a sign that they've chosen that they're going to do suicide and end their life. Which is also a sign of depression. And again, as I've mentioned before, depression is a huge cause of suicide too. And due to this calmness, oh my bad, I read the wrong thing. That could be a sign of depression. I was reading the wrong thing, I'm so sorry. But sudden calmness, yeah, same thing. Sudden calmness, yeah, I just talked about it, so I don't really need to repeat it. I was reading the next one, which is number 4, withdrawal. By withdrawal, I mean, separating yourself from people or activities that you enjoy, such as hobbies, like sports maybe. You don't want, that suicidal person may not want to do it anymore, or they just don't want to be around their friends or family anymore because they've decided that they want to die. And because of that, they will, isolate themselves, choose alone time, and unfortunately in that alone time, that can give them enough time to kill themselves, which is a really horrible thing to go through because, someone could be all calm and relaxed and you don't know, they could be going through something and, the next day they may possibly end up dead, which is really sad to think about. Number 5, though, changes in appearance and personality. Sometimes when someone has just had enough of their life and they just want to end it anytime soon, they may not care about their appearance anymore. Even if they don't look great, they don't care at all. They're just, they don't care anymore. They don't care what anybody says. They don't care how they look. They don't care anymore. That also goes with their personality. Someone who could be outgoing and lively and silly could suddenly be cold and harsh and introverted suddenly as well. And that could be a big sign that something is going on that's making them change who they are. And the last one. Oh, wait, no, sorry, hold on. With their personality, their behavior can also change too. They can get into more reckless activities dangerous activities like reckless driving, alcohol, drugs, a lot of other things. And this is because they feel like their life is not worth anything and that they should just try and end it as soon as they can. The last one, making preparations, number 6. Before someone takes their life, sometimes they will make a note saying, that y'all know some suicide notes, I'm sure, but notes, they can contain a lot. It can contain anything. So they could leave a suicide note behind, or with that preparation of theirs, they may start visiting family and friends more often. They may start cleaning their area more often, giving away personal belongings, things like that. And another way of showing that someone is about to die is when they talk about suicide a lot, such as they could talk about death a lot, or they could say, oh, if this happens, I'm going to kill myself, or, you know, I feel like the world doesn't really need me. I want to see what happens, or I wonder what happens if I were to kill myself. That's totally not going to happen, but what if? Kind of thing. That's probably a really bad explanation of it, but that is a big sign as well. And 50 to 75% of people who consider suicide will give some type of warning sign like that, by talk of suicide or making preparations, anything like that. Those are the 6 signs. Oh, by the way, credits to WebMD for that part. I think WebMD. I think that's what it is. Credits to that website, though, for helping me out find the signs of suicide. Of course, there are much more signs of suicide than there is on here, but these are just 6 signs of suicide that I found on some websites. So, if any of your friends or family members happen to give one of these signs off, I think it'd be a great idea to check in with them and make sure that they're okay. And that also goes for yourself too, dear viewer. If you are doing any of these signs, check in with yourself, and if you need to talk to someone, please do so. I would give hotlines in the description below, but I only know the US one, which is, I think it's just 988. I think that's what it is. But either way, though, just remember that I love you all very much, and please know that your life is worth it. I can't say that enough. I know life can suck sometimes. Everybody has their bad days. They've had their bad weeks, months, years. But trust me, everything will go okay soon enough. Everything will get better, and this is only temporary. I'm here if any of you guys need to talk. I've left my social media in the description below before, and it's in my About page, so there you go too. Anyways, guys, have a wonderful rest of your day. I love you all very much if nobody has told you yet. And remember that you are a very special, unique person in this crazy world of ours. Have a wonderful day. I love you all very much. Stay safe. Bye.